Hi, I'm Jason Buck.
And I'm Edward Barrios.
And we are Board of Directors for the Palos Verdes Peninsula Association of Realtors, and we just got back from Washington, D.C. Our trip was in the first week of June.
We had a lot of fun, right?
It was a good time, actually. And we had great weather, which helped. It wasn't too humid. It was nice and sunny, and people were in a good mood. I mean, there was a good attendance. 7,000 people stormed the Capitol. Well, they went to the Capitol and met with their lobbyists.
Storming the Capitol, I guess, in a way we did that. From California alone, though, you had about 400 members, directors and federal political coordinators who came from California to visit their district legislators. So for us, we met with Congressman Ted Lieu and Congresswoman Nanette Barragán.
Yep.
And both of them had some good questions for us. We came in with with our ammunition, which is our talking points and our main priorities, and that really used to be in California a supply issue, but over the last 3 years, California has been able to increase supply incrementally, but primarily with multifamily housing, where we haven't seen a big amount of supply increases in the single-family homes, condos, and townhomes. So we want to change that message now with our legislators to really focus on home ownership. Supply will still be a major priority, but really if we can focus on home ownership and encouraging our lawmakers to look at how home ownership can be more of a priority, I think that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to see to help move the needle on more sales. Again, part of that last 3 years is that we've seen record low sales year over year.
Yeah, it's really down quite a bit. So as an organization, we got together with our other associates and then came to them with actual bills that we were saying, hey, please pay attention to this, so that they knew or had an opinion from us on how to vote. So I'm just going to rattle some of these off here. More Homes on the Market Act is a HR 1340, which is easing capital gains tax for long-term homeowners, encouraging more housing inventory.
Yeah, it's not only California and coastal states alone that are going to benefit from capital gains exemption increases. States throughout the country are starting to experience high values and increasing values. So, anything that will help move the needle on getting a homeowner to sell their property, so that way we can get somebody else in the house, get rid of some of the lock-in effect that we're experiencing, whether it's from the interest rates and again from the capital gains and that tax liability. We'll definitely see people want to put their homes on the market.
Another thing people see a lot right now is abandoned commercial properties. So there's a revitalization of downtowns and main streets, which is an HR 2410. I know you feel strongly about this. I do as well. Let's make a mixed use. Keep a little bit of commercial below. Let's blow the upstairs out and create residential. I mean, it's just kind of a no-brainer. Let's use what we have in front of us.
This is a great tax benefit. So I think when you see developers and investors looking at the opportunity, a 20% tax credit on the improvements or on the remodeling or on the work is what is the
presentation. So that's what we're asking them to take a look at. And these are things that the government can do to make it easier for everybody else to get involved and put these projects together. So another one, Housing Supply and Affordability Act. It's a HR 2840 or the S 1299. This establishes a federal strategy to reduce regulatory barriers and boost housing production across the country. Keep going. Uplifting First-Time Buyers Act. That's HR 3526. It increases the amount of first-time buyers can withdraw from their IRA from $10,000 to $50,000, trying to help them with that down payment.
Also a no-brainer.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just easing up the regulations to allow more money in the economy. And the last one in this housing thing is the Fair and Equal Housing Act, which confides equal housing protections for all races and classes. If we get into a couple other little nitty-gritties, there's an independent contractor status that involves us as realtors, as sole proprietors or individuals, between the way that they regulate the taxes and the IRS and so forth. We just need them to recognize that. The insurance commissioner, the person who set the insurance barriers, which is why a lot of the insurance companies left, because the rate was too low, so the insurance companies couldn't charge what they needed to cover their costs. That position's coming up, and we were, just pushing who we thought might do a good job for us.
last but not least, we are monitoring federal issues at our state level and at CAR. I'm also as I mentioned in the previous video, the chairman of the federal committee. And we took a trip to DC back in early March, in addition to the one we just took a couple weeks ago. But, some of the things that the administration are also focused on, which is Fannie and Freddie, and pulling them out of conservatorship. So, we made a very strong effort to impress upon our lawmakers that if, in fact, that does happen, that they should make an explicit guarantee that they will provide an explicit guarantee to Fannie and Freddie should they come out of conservatorship. We need to help protect the 30-year mortgage. We need to help protect the interest rates levels that are at this point unaffordable to many folks. If we did see them come out of conservatorship without an explicit guarantee, you're likely to see the interest rates rise by 0.5 point to a full percent.
You don't need that now.
No. What else do you want to talk about?
I had something on the tip of my tongue there for a second. There are a lot of things that I'd love to talk about. First off, this is something that both Ed and I are passionate about, and I think I really saw it on this trip where we're making a difference. When we met with Al, our GAD, the Government Affairs Director, the person that's kind of our liaison between realtors and the senator or congressman, he said, I've never seen Al so involved in a meeting. He was asking questions, he was conversing with us. That's inspiring, like that we're really making a difference, and that all of our collective efforts are trying to make something happen. And we're doing it on behalf of our profession, like what we feel realtors and then the consumers need, and we're a big voice.
Yeah, 1.5 million members. We are the largest lobbying group. We put a lot of money behind the efforts that we have to promote homeownership and private property rights. Our lobbyists are some of the most respected people on the Hill.
So besides these meetings going to them, we also had our own realtor meetings about what's happening and what do we need to do. And I was involved on one where they were talking about the NAR app. And if you don't have that, please download it on your phone. I'm using my phone, so I can't show you, but we'll put a link to it here.
That was my committee.
Your committee was awesome.
Yeah.
And we were in these little study groups about what's going to make this work, because basically what NAR is saying is we want to get the information to you so that you can get it to your clients before some yeho on Instagram or whoever else is saying stuff that's not really the right message. And we're getting a lot of that throughout the whole world right now. And let's hone it in so that we're all on the same page, coming from the same source. And I'm excited about what that app can bring to us as agents so that you're better informed. Come on. If you have better knowledge for your client and it's all real and factual, you're going to win. That's what the message we want to send to the consumer, and to build trust and to build that relationship with those people. I also got to give a shout out, man. I was so impressed with our past president Melanie and our current president Tamara. They are so awesome, and they really understand what they're doing, and they're so professional about what we're doing. We're so lucky to have people like that in our region. That was also really incredible.
And Heather Osher, our current president, did a phenomenal job representing us in the state. I agree. We have a good organization here in California, and for you getting even more involved year after year, it helps tremendously. And I think it's a good way for other people to see how they can possibly get involved when they see a guy like you doing it.
Yeah, you can get involved, join a committee, and then get on the board, and then take it as far as you want. Ed's definitely helped me in my career and in my involvement, and I'm thankful for it. I'm going to segue to one more thing, and this one hits us at home. This is not on the federal level. There's a bill right now, AB 986. It was basically asking to be for the insurance for the cities to have landslide involved. So everyone knows we've got a big problem with the Portuguese Bend landslide area, and the city of Rancho Palos Verdes is actually having an even bigger problem keeping the road open. They're spending a lot of money. If by chance that road is not kept open, there's going to be some pretty big consequences. Did you know that the sewer for roughly 39,000 residents goes through that road? So therefore, if they close the road and they can't keep that sewer operational, 39,000 homes are going to lose their ability to have that public offering. And it goes from Bluff Cove, the whole ocean side, all the way around to the Mirror West. Yeah, all of us. PV High, both our houses all the way up to Crest Road on the ocean, Los Verdes. It's astonishing that not more people know about that. So I'm going to follow closely. I'm building a committee to put the information together and get it out to you so that we know what the next steps are. I know that the initial part was passed by the Senate and it's going to the next level because there's lots of levels that they have to go through.
Assembly to Senate.
Assembly to Senate. Excuse me, I get these things mixed up. So we had one little win, but there's still a lot more work to make sure that we can protect that because that's going to be detrimental if that goes the wrong way. So we do need to get the word out. We do need to pull together as both realtors and as residents and say, hey, this isn't right. We got to make something happen here. So that's the purpose of this video. Thanks for watching.
AB 986.
Yeah.
AB 986. Keep an eye out for that.
We'll give you more information soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.